Show. I'm Kristin Cruz. How are you today? I'm so glad that you're listening to the Mom Show on KHTS, broadcasting live. How lucky are we to have live and local entertainment like this? It's so much fun to be in Los Angeles and with my girlfriends and now have this great outlet. Now, we are on Facebook. It's so fun because this has really been my radio show turned mom blog turned social media outlet turned radio show again. It's been a full circle for me. And now we're on Facebook Live thanks to KHTS. So go to the KHTS radio page and you'll see it there. I'll reshare on my Kristin Cruz page as well so you can watch and listen if you're in your car, you're online. Hometownstation.com also has all of the archive shows. So we are everywhere. It's so much fun. Thanks again for being here now. I want to kick this off real quick. We have a lot to get to in the show, but there is a cool thing happening in Los Angeles, and a bunch of unicorn moms are getting together for it. Yes, unicorn moms. It's called UNICON. You've heard of Comic-Con, and most recently there was MommyCon that just happened not so long ago. Well, this is a whole nother kind of convention taken to a whole new level called UNICON, and one of my friends, the lovely and talented, beautiful mom of two, who just had a baby, and I can't believe it because she looks so fabulous on TV every time I see her, Adrianna Costa, is on the phone with us. She will be a featured speaker at UNICON, and she's going to fill us in on all the behind the scenes. Hi, Adrianna. How are you, love?
Kristin, how are you?
I'm fantastic. We've been planning to get drinks together since she was pregnant. So it's been a little too long.
I've been drinking the whole time. I've been waiting for you.
Just so you know, she's no longer pregnant. So along
Thank
with
God.
That statement, I know.
Yeah.
How's the family? How are the little ones? How's the adjustment, adding a new sibling to the household? All of that.
Yeah, so you know what? It's been actually great. We had a really rough start the first few months because Sonnet, my daughter, came early, as well as my son, who came early 3 years before. Yeah. And so she got sick and was in the hospital for a little bit, and I had the worst postpartum ever. Oh. I'm sure a lot of moms can actually identify.
Yes.
And so we had a rough start. I remember my husband coming up to me and like, "You're a boss! What's wrong with you? And get yourself together. Handle yourself." Because I would just be like in hysterics. Since then, many trips to the psychiatrist, a little Lexapro, and some wine at night.
That'll do the trick.
But realistically, I thank heavens I'm doing so much better.
Good.
And I absolutely love having a sibling for Gibson.
And how does Gibson feel about having a sibling?
Not happy. I think this is how I describe it. This makes a lot of sense. He loves Sonnet, but he doesn't love that everybody else loves her.
Yes, exactly. That is so true. So now all of a sudden the love has to be shared, the toys, the space, everything has to be shared.
Yeah, it's been tough. And he's hitting kind of a rough period anyway because he's 3. 3.5. So, but
yep.
He's smart and he's very kind of mischievous, but also like really interested in life. And so I'm hoping that he outgrows this and all the good shines through.
Yeah, he totally will. It's just a new thing, adjustment. And by the way, I truly believe, and I've been called a mom lifestyle expert before, which I think is hilarious. But from all of the reading that I've done and the expert friends that we know from doing the circuit of these mommy conferences and stuff, the terrible 2s can very, very easily slip right into the ridiculous 3s. It's not
that's exactly
right. It's not just the terrible 2. So just so you know, if you haven't had them yet, you may not have escaped it. Your kid's going to turn 3, and it could just go ahead and trigger then. Just so y'all know.
Right, you thought you were through it, and then I've heard some people say that 4 sucks. It just depends, and it depends on the kid, and some are easier than others, and. Here's another piece of advice I've gotten, or not even advice, but something that someone said to me that makes a lot of sense. You may have regrets in your life, but nobody ever says, "Oh man, I wish I didn't have a kid." Like you just don't have that. So the good clearly outweighs the bad.
Yes. Yeah.
And funny enough, like I'm really not a mom to babies. I don't love that period. I love when they get older. So as challenging as 3-year-olds can be, it's also really wonderful and rewarding and hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, they are so funny. Oh my gosh, they get really funny. So if you're a new mom, or you're pregnant, it gets great when they can start really interacting with you. It's Hilarious. Adrianna Costa on the phone with us on the Mom Show. She's a working mama. You've seen her on TV, hosting all kinds of celebrity red carpets, doing celeb interviews. And I asked her if she would chime in on the show real quick as we start this new fall season, because UNICON is coming to town, and it's the first ever UNICON convention, and you are one of the key speakers for it. And I'm so excited. If you are a unicorn mom, I feel like you would know that you can relate just to the title Unicorn Mom, because it's so different, right? So if you're a unicorn mom, you need to know about UNICON. Can you fill us in on what this is going to be? This is like no other convention that I've read about.
So this is very much like if you consider yourself kind of a bad mom, or if you've seen that movie Bad Moms and you're like, yep, get it, yep, that's me, then you're a unicorn mom. There's zero judgment. I have my own website, Hot Mom's Life, and I met Maria Hunt, who is the owner and, sort of founder of Unicorn Moms and now UNICON. And we came together and we realized we actually have the same OBGYN, Dr. Robert Katz. And I remember sitting there with her and I was like, oh my God, how hot is he, girl? And she's like, I know. And he was like,
so
immediately, we're like, okay, yes. And that's when I realized I was a unicorn mom. You know what I mean? So, right, like we were talking about, like, did you make sure you were waxed for your appointment? I was like, yes, me too. So it's a very similar state of mind, no judgment, girls who love to have fun, who don't want to forget about themselves and their own identities, even though they have children, which is obviously a main focus, truly.
Yeah.
But let me give you just some of the information about UNICON. It's September 23rd at the Sofitel Hotel in Los Angeles from 11 to 5 p.m. Tickets are going fast, so people need to get on it.
And they're really affordable. I was like,
$40 to $80.
Yeah.
And the gift bags are killer. So for every mom who comes through, there's going to be $100 off Botox. There are the secret extensions, which are really cool in the gift bags. Shoe Dazzle has teamed up with Unicorn Moms. So it's a lot of things. And more than that, kind of the meat and potatoes of it is it's a community. So moms can come. And by the way, even if you're not a mom and you're still interested or you want to bring a friend, do that too. You come, you listen to panelists, you get some information, you network, you meet other moms who might feel the same way you do, and it just is a great way to start a community and building your own community. I always say it's so much more about camaraderie than competition at this point.
Oh, big time.
Because we've all been there 3 a.m. with your baby, pooping on you and milk not coming out of the right nipple at the right time, and so there's a really like a level of understanding, and so it's support.
Yeah, and you can find that support, too, in their Facebook group, Unicorn Moms, if you search it on Facebook. And go to unicornmom.com. That's just how you're going to find everything. As soon as you see the front page of that website, you'll know it's not like any other mom society website that you have seen yet, and you'll know if this is your calling and these are your this is your tribe. You will know immediately. And I met Maria when I was part of the group hosting Adrianna's baby shower, because Adrianna also has a podcast called Hot Mom's Life on Podcast One, and along with her website Hot Mom's Life. And so we were there during that, and I met Maria there, and I thought, oh my gosh, this woman is cool. Like,
she's hilarious.
Yeah. She's awesome. So
she's beautiful and smart, and it's all of that. So it's women empowering women. We hear it a lot, but it's the truth. Because look, as you know, Kristin, also, especially as a new mother, you feel super isolated. It's like, wait, I'm supposed to have a whole new group of friends now. Wait, I'm supposed to want to go to these mommy me's, and I can't even I'm getting up in the morning. I don't feel right. This is your crew. Come and speak to people and hear people who, been in the business and are mommy bloggers and hear what they have to say.
Well, that is the fun thing about this, because it's not a play date. Like, you're not bringing your kids with you, right? This is for moms to show up to a kind of swanky, stylish hotel. The Sofitel is really fun. It's in a fun area. It's across the street from the mall. So, let your mind run wild there. You can go shopping afterwards, whatever. And it has all of these women here who are just bosses. I mean, they on a mission. I know my friend Angie Stewart's also speaking. And she is like a phenomenal killer mom, fitness, nutrition expert that has so many great tips to share. And these women who have just, taken their motherhood goals and raised the bar, and then taken their career goals or passion goals and raised the bar. And they're just going to share the info with you. tell you how to do it.
That's right.
It's
that
so
sums
cool.
It up.
Yeah, it's awesome. Adrianna, we're going to see Adrianna on KTLA. We're going to see you on a bunch of different TV shows. I know you're doing a bunch of things to talk about.
Yeah, I'm working with Steve Harvey and Extra again. So we're doing this fun little joint stuff where the two of us, or three of us really, are teaming up, but you can see it on the Steve Harvey Show every Friday.
Oh,
That's
wow.
super exciting. He's hilarious. I mean, the guy is like going to be the king of daytime TV again in this new format.
Right.
Not even going to be. He is, truly.
Yeah.
So he moved his show from Chicago to Los Angeles, and they are killing it.
Yeah, that was a big jump. That was a big, like, kind of a risky move when you already, like, kind of have your spot and you're established and you own it to move like that. But he really wants to reach more people. He wants to, and you always got to freshen things up. You got to freshen up what you're doing.
And I really believe that he's the kind of guy, I mean, it rarely happens, as you know, with talent, but he is the kind of guy who his audience will follow him wherever he goes, whatever he does. Right. The guy's got 6 shows on TV, couldn't be nicer, super successful, hilarious, and I can't say enough nice things about him, really.
Wow, that is so cool. So we're going to be able to see you. Do you know when it plays here in Los Angeles? Like, I'm not sure about the scheduling yet.
2 p.m.
2 p.m., okay.
2 p.m. So like next Friday, you can catch it 2 p.m.
Yay!
And it's been a lot of fun. So happy to be working again.
Well, you know what? I mean, you've been working through your entire. I don't know what you're talking about. You've been working she's been working nonstop through your pregnancies.
That's true. I missed one day of the podcast. One day.
It
wasn't the day that I delivered. The day I delivered Sonnet this past year, I went to work that day.
That's so crazy. So crazy.
The quick story is I went to the gyno because I wasn't feeling well, to my doctor, Dr. Katz. He sent me home. He's like, "You're fine." I'm like, "Something is not right. I'm going to be having this baby." But so it was either I'm going to the hospital or I'm going to work. So I ended up going to work afterwards because he said, "Just go home." And then I delivered like a few hours later.
Oh, my gosh. You should have seen. Adrianna was trying so hard. You were in like 5-inch heels at your baby shower. We pushed this thing because we had so many great sponsors. So many people wanted to be a part of her baby shower. And so we pushed it to like the very end of your pregnancy. Like, you were so pregnant.
I was so pregnant.
So pregnant.
Yeah.
It's so gorgeous, by the way, like ridiculously beautiful. You can see the pictures. We have the links that are going to be on hometownstation.com and on my blog. But I remember you just being there going like, "Are you kidding me right now?" Like, what?
By the way, throwing an event like that, I didn't even do it. We had amazing Harmony Krieger and
Harmony was great.
Move through it. But the fact is, I remember being like, "You guys, this is too stressful for me right now. I can't." First of all, in general, I don't love throwing events or being part of that kind of thing. It's because you want a great turnout. It's like a birthday party, birthday girl jitters.
Yes.
But
you were the hostess.
Mind you, it was stressful. But anyway, it ended up being such a great success.
It was really fun. It was really fun. And I'm so glad we did that and that I got to meet you, know you, and get to call you my friend. I think you are fabulous. And I am so excited to see you at UNICON. I just think that all the moms that go are going to get so much out of it. And it's going to be a big, big success. So September 23rd, Sofitel Hotel. You can go to unicornmoms.com to get your tickets. And I recommend getting them now because, like Adrianna said, they're going fast. You're going to have a massive swag bag, and the price is right. I cannot believe that they're not asking more for the tickets. I was actually shocked because some of these things are so expensive.
Yeah, because we want to create a community for women where they don't feel alienated because you're right. Some of the times it's too expensive.
Yeah. Or it's, just not for you. But check this out, unicornmoms.com, and see if it is for you. So, Adrianna, we are going to, on the Mom Show today, and I know you need to jump in a minute, but we're going to talk about a few different things that are planned right now because fall's happening, pumpkin spice everything, back to school. I know.
And it's actually cloudy in LA, which I'm enjoying.
I love it. I put a little hoodie on. It's been a while. We were also touching on fantasy football. Now, your husband is also a rock star in what he does. And you guys, they have the cutest, you got to see Adrianna's Instagram page. The pictures are so ridiculous. Your family's so beautiful. But
Thank you.
You're welcome. Fantasy football. Now, does your husband play fantasy football?
Oh, boy, he's obsessed.
Oh, my gosh.
It's not even normal. So
what is this?
And I actually love it for one reason. It keeps him connected with his group of friends who he's had since he was in high school, and even some of them middle school. These guys have been friends for 20-plus years because my husband's birthday is today. He's 40.
Oh, happy birthday!
I know, it's really exciting for him. But,
so cute.
But it's this group of guys. They do it year after year. They talk trash, but jokingly.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful place. Just like we have our mommy community, it's such a great outlet for the guys. And it keeps them connected and close, and he has so much fun with it. He takes it so seriously, and it's a hobby. So for me, I actually love that he has it.
Yeah.
And he had no complaints, but I do remember it was supposed to be, oh, babe, don't worry, it's just like Monday Night Football.
Uh-huh.
From like Monday to Tuesday to Thursday, back to Sunday again, and then Monday again. So, a little more than I bargained for there.
But I think you just want some seriously good wife points for saying that it does have all those upsides, because not all wives are feeling the same way. In fact, Carrie Riley, who's the host of The Daily Glow, just went on a crazy rant that went viral online that we're going to play in the next segment of the Mom Show. And it is pretty hilarious how much she loathes and hates her husband's fantasy football team, and decided to create her own kind of mom fantasy team, which to me sounds way better. It does things like fold your laundry for you. So I would join that team probably.
That's
but funny. Yeah. So we're gonna play that next. But Adrianna, thank you so much for hanging out on the Mom Show today. I really just adore you, and I can't wait to see you soon. And at UNICON, we can finally get that drink that we've been promising to have.
I was gonna say,
right?
Yes, I will be looking for you with a couple glasses of champagne in hand.
Done. All right. I'll see you there,
Thanks,
honey.
Kristin.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thanks again. Bye-bye.
Bye. Adrianna Costa, guys, at AdriannaCosta.com, at Adrianna Costa at Twitter, actually, and Instagram. But you want to go to HotMomsLife.com to get her blog and listen to her podcast. She's super fabulous. I love that she's going to be on the Steve Harvey Show every Friday. You have to tune in because he's going to have great numbers anyways with his new show here in LA. I know it. There's huge anticipation. He's just, he's loved by so many people, and his guest lineups look incredible. And then on Fridays, especially tune in. And so we'll see the ratings bump up even higher because Adriana's on there and all the girlfriends are like, woo, mom's in the house. We got to support our moms, right? That's what the Mom Show is all about. That's why we're here. I'm Kristin Cruz. Next up, we're talking to some of the boys right here in the studio. I want to know what they have to say about fantasy football because Carrie Riley definitely had something to say from the Daily Glow on little things, and also the blogger for NotSoSkinnyMom.com. She would like to say a thing or two about her husband's fantasy football habit, and I'm going to have the boys weigh in next. You're listening to The Mom Show with Kristin Cruz here on your hometown station, KHTS.
Drugs or alcohol abuse can tear a family apart. In Santa Clarita, just like everywhere else, it's an epidemic. The Way Out Recovery is here to help. Call them now at 296-4444 or visit them on the web at thewayoutrocoveryscv.com. The Way Out offers outpatient treatment for adolescents, adults, and family members. The Way Out is compassionate, caring, professional, and confidential. You and your family don't have to suffer any longer. Call the Way Out Recovery now, 296-4444, or visit thewayoutrocoveryscv.com and make an appointment. Asking for help is the first step.
Do you see it? It should be around here somewhere.
No. What was that address again?
Your building sign is essential to getting customers into your location. Feathers can help get your business noticed. They'll walk you through each phase of your building sign project, providing special attention to detail and quality. Feathers will give you a sign you can be proud of. Your building sign will draw customers in instead of having them drive by. Feathers on Soledad in Canyon Country, across from the Edwards Theater.
Finding the right lawyer can be a challenge, but in Santa Clarita, there's no need to search when there's Hacker Law Group, Santa Clarita's premier litigation firm. Jeffrey Hacker has represented celebrities, financial institutions, accident victims, real estate developers, realtors, contractors, businesses, nonprofit organizations, and other individuals and companies with their legal challenges. Mr. Hacker is one of Santa Clarita's leaders, consistently listed as one of our most influential. When everything is on the line and you need legal counseling, visit hackerlawgroup.com.
Men, are you feeling tired, stressed, or just don't have the energy you used to? Did you know this could be related to decreased testosterone levels? Luckily, there's a safe, effective solution. Weeder Prime helps support healthy testosterone levels with clinically tested key ingredients. Just 2 capsules of Weeder Prime each day can help change your mood, energy, focus, body fat, and lean muscle. Feel the way you felt 10, 20, even 30 years ago. Rediscover your Prime with Weeder Prime. To find a retailer near you, visit WeederPrime.com. That's WEIDER Prime.com.
Your hometown station, KHTS.
Welcome back to the Mom Show. Hi, I'm here. It's Kristin Cruz on KHTS, your hometown station, and it's the Mom Show every Thursday, 12 to 1. We're live at lunch, and then tomorrow it's family hour too. So it's like 12 to 1 is kind of like the family time of the week to have family-based shows here. Alex Urbina is on the air then. So we're talking about, speaking of dads and husbands, fantasy football. Yeah, that's right. So you either you had 2 reactions to that fantasy football. It was either like, yeah, and you got like really excited, or like, oh, and you got like really frustrated, which means you're either a husband or a wife. Those are the 2 categories. So in studio with us, Kyle Jellings is joining in because I asked him and Cody to weigh in on this whole fantasy football thing. I was brought to this by Carrie Riley, host of the Daily Glow, who was talking about how much she can't stand her husband's fantasy football habit. Can I call it a habit? Is that fair?
Yeah, I think we're okay calling it that.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a weird
shame.
A weird addiction to it, and you invest in it too. Most leagues have like you pay.
Like financially?
Yeah, financial investment. There's obviously the investment of time.
We're aware of that investment.
Yes.
All right, and this is why it's the Mom Show. We are sucking all the secrets out of everything.
And let me tell you, so you have a draft every year, so you go through and
in case you don't know what fantasy football is, here's what it is, because it sounds silly, right? Fantasy football,
it's completely
but it's
ridiculous. Completely ridiculous.
It is ridiculous, but it's real.
Yeah.
Okay, so first, you guys get to put together your own teams.
Yes.
But they're not real teams.
It's not real teams. It's made up of different players from different teams, and you can just put a roster together, a fantasy roster.
So it's like all your favorites.
Exactly.
So it's like Pinterest.
Yes.
But it's football Pinterest. Okay.
Yeah, you could say that. Except for you can't grab any player. Like Cody and I, for instance, we're in a league together. And if he picks a player, I cannot then pick that player.
Okay, got it. So it's like if he got the last pair of shoes on sale at Nordstrom, then you can't have them because they're out now. You're paying full price. Okay, got it. So you're in a league together, which means you guys both have teams.
Yes.
But you're in the same group of teams?
Yeah.
League.
Same league, yes.
Same league. So you call it a league.
Yes.
Okay, got
Fantasy Football League. We both have teams in the Fantasy Football League.
Got it.
It is a KHTS one. So
really?
Yes, it's Crazy Hustlers Taking Stacks is what the group name is.
Crazy with the K.
Yeah, of course. KHTS. Yeah. Of course.
That's awesome. All right. So the men or women, because I have a girlfriend, actually one of my best friends, who runs one of these fantasy football leagues. I don't understand what in the world she does, but she runs one of these leagues. So, and my husband actually has a team on her league. No. So of course, because and so
you're not only losing your husband, you're losing a friend as well.
Yeah, my best friend's gone. It's just me and my box wine at night. Okay, so what happens when you put your team together and you have all your favorite players?
Yes.
And then what?
And then the scoring is based on how well those individual players do. So, for like a wide receiver, if he gets a catch, that's 1 point. If it's for every 10 yards that he gets receiving, it's another point. Okay. Depending, I don't know exactly how we're breaking down the points.
So you
Cody
have
probably
to watch
does.
all the games and know all the scores.
Not necessarily the scores, but you need to know how your players are doing.
Got it.
Okay,
I get it. I think I get it. Now,
Yeah.
Cody said that he got some sort of advantage because he got to pick first.
Is that an advantage? Would you consider that an advantage, Cody?
I thought it was.
Yeah, I mean, it was short-lived. It ended up being in practice, but in theory, it's a great advantage picking first.
Isn't it always?
You and I talk about things in theory all the time. In theory, yeah. In theory, communism
theory.
works, but we don't need to talk about that.
There are a lot of theories in life.
Yes.
But so whoever gets to go first, I would always think would get to pick the best person.
Well, you think it's the best.
Yes, that's true.
The problem is there's no way of knowing who the best person is. You can get close, but
no.
And you can end up like I am. The guy gets hurt. You played 3 quarters, and that's all I'll see of him.
Who was it? Who did you pick?
Be David Johnson's his name.
He was jinxed.
Yeah,
I mean,
thanks, Cody.
Well, I'm jinxed. I think last year the guy I picked first got hurt. This is the first week and didn't play, so I think it's more.
It's a Cody problem. It sounds like to me.
Yeah, I might owe him some money, really.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What? I'm sorry. All right.
See? See?
Sorry, guys. Let's see what this mom had to say about her husband's fantasy football addiction. It's Carrie Riley, the host of The Daily Glow, going on her what has now gone viral rant. Go ahead, Carrie.
Distracted lately. It's fantasy. We're at my son's soccer game. He has his head in his phone. He's got the laptop open. He's working on it. What is so distracting to you? It's fantasy. He was creating a pretend dream team. Fantasy. He's drafting his fantasy football team. There you go. Fantasy football draft. I thought I was my husband's fantasy. Fantasy football is like a Dungeons and Dragons for men, really. Let's bring our expectations up. Just up a little bit. How about we all get in on it? But I'll pick teams.
Yeah.
I'll pick your fantasy team. I'll be your fantasy wife that picks fantasy team. Do you know what my drafted fantasy team would look like? We'd have a cleaning lady. 2. Let's have 2 cleaning ladies.
Yes.
This is a fantasy team. I would like a chef, a tutor for the children. I would have a driver. Oh, wouldn't a driver be great? I'd have 2 nannies. Then I just kind of want somebody to fold my clothes. I would pay to have somebody fold my clothes, but I'm not paying because it's fantasy. Mommy needs to go get her hair done, and I'd like a babysitter. Yeah, that's my fantasy team. Make it happen. Fantasy football couldn't sound sexier. So this week, if you're back at school and your husband's not, fantasy, just tell him. He can have his league and his handcuffing and his stud talk and whatever else. Just get the laundry done. That's all we want. Make some meals. Put some lunches out for the children. You want to know what's hot? I'll tell you what's hot. Vacuuming. And vacuuming will get you weeks worth of fantasy football.
There you go. Thank you, Carrie.
Noted.
Thank you.
This is fantasy. He's having fun. He's using his brain. He's having brain time with his new fantasy friend. And it's better than him slipping some dollar bills into Destiny's bikini bottoms.
Oh, my goodness.
So, it's confession time. There's legitimately, while we were doing our fantasy draft, I was trying to bathe 3 kids at the exact same time.
Oh.
Yeah, so there were. It was pretty crazy.
Wait, that's really good of you to try to do all of that at once.
Yeah, I don't think the kids got as clean as they probably should have, but yeah.
You got the job done.
Yeah.
Okay,
both, actually. Yeah.
I like. You got both. You got both.
I got
done.
the kids. I got the
Accomplished.
kids done, and I got a pretty good fantasy.
Well
team.
done, sir.
Yeah.
Well done. You know, it is pretty great because my husband, who loves sports, lives for sports. When we first started dating, well, we're high school sweethearts, but his first email address was like sports guy, 1998 or whatever it was. So he loves sports. And he will quite often be doing something totally family with us. Like we saw that screening of Captain Underpants last weekend, took the kids. And that's like seriously for the kids, that outing. It wasn't for me, although I love the movie. But, I could have done something else. Well, while I'm sitting there totally oblivious to what's going on in the outside world, I'm in my mom bubble, the guy in front of me has his cell phone up while we're watching in the theaters, dark. So I see his cell phone, and I recognize that ESPN app anywhere from a distance. And there he is scrolling through, and I see sports stats, and I'm like, honey, was there a game today? He's all, there are games every day.
Sheesh.
Like, what?
Sheesh. I remember, this is a true story. My wife and I had just gotten married. And it may have been the first Saturday of college football after we got married. Okay? So it was the first Saturday once college football started after we got married. And there's a morning game. Game starts at, I think, 9 a.m. It started at 9 a.m. I watched the game. And then I proceeded to watch another game. And she's like, wait, there's more than one game?
Oh, my.
It was a rude awakening for my wife. Yes, there's always more than one game.
See?
There's always more than one game.
There's always more than one game.
They're always on.
Except for tonight, coincidentally.
Yeah,
There's one game
There's
tonight.
actually one game tonight. But,
there is?
But there's always a game on, is the point.
There is, and quite
always.
often, and just so us wives understand, and I didn't really know this until, because my husband's such a good guy, he's not going to rub it in my face. He's not going to say, like, oh, I could be doing something. He's at the mall with us or the park or, baking cookies or doing something that, is not what he would be his first choice to do. He never tells me, but there's pretty much always some sort of sports thing on happening at all times.
I think technology has helped your relationship with your husband, maybe.
Absolutely.
Because, and the reason for that is because of those apps that he can look at
Mm-hmm.
to see the updates on everything in real time. He doesn't have to sit for 3 hours in front of a television.
And now on Twitter, because, we're all on Twitter now, right?
That's
We're
true.
just discussing how everybody's on Twitter. If you're not, you should get on Twitter.
Yeah, you should. You really should be on Twitter.
Twitter has a lot of cool stuff, actually.
Yeah.
But they actually broadcast the games live.
That's true.
On Twitter.
That's true. Yeah,
I'm going on there to get my news updates, and they're broadcasting live games.
I think Amazon as well. Amazon's going to get into it pretty soon, I think. Yeah?
Probably pretty soon. Amazon will probably get in on it.
Amazon will run the world eventually.
They're on the way. Yeah, they're on its way.
They're pretty close.
They're actually they've cornered the food market, I think. So
I know that Amazon bought Whole Foods, right, guys?
Yeah.
So they have Whole Foods, and they're actually some pretty sweet deals.
And they lowered the prices. Like was their first act as owning owners of Whole Foods.
Yeah,
so.
which we like that.
Yeah.
But then some people are really freaking out, like.
Yeah.
Yes, they're freaking out that Amazon bought Whole Foods. That's just like big business taking over. Like, what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
They own everything. So there's two ways of looking at it. Why? Why are you guys
Which they
laughing at
probably
me?
do, to be fair to the situation.
Well, Whole Foods, I would
Probably.
say, is up the big business end of business.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, that is true. That is true. They've grown themselves, right?
Yeah.
To be like on the big business.
They
end.
sold for $13 billion for crying out loud. $13 billion. It's like 10 trips to the Sizzler. That's how I gauge everything.
Which is, and he plays
It's a
fantasy
family.
football.
Yeah, so.
Mine would be like, and I would go to Mac because I don't normally spend that kind of money on my cosmetics, but I totally would.
I do have a question for you, though.
Yes.
So your husband's a big sports fan.
Huge.
And you've been married for how long now?
11 years.
Oh, boy. That was...
I always get it wrong.
Right. Anyway, so
But I
what
think it's
do
11.
you think he's a crazy person when it comes to sports? Like, do you think it's crazy that he roots for sports the way he does?
No, I actually don't think it's crazy because I know how much he loves it, and I feel like I've sucked all the things out of life that he loves, and so for him to have that one last
your
thing.
Your kids did that too. Just to be fair, they took some of the blame
Thank
too.
you very much.
Yeah.
Yes. So in that way, no, I'm really glad he does, and he actually learns from it. Like there's an educational element to it. He will call into a radio talk show when they ask some sports question. He'll totally get it right and win us tickets to The Cure or something. So yeah, like he actually knows quite a bit about sports. So I'm proud of him. I think it's great.
There's moments in my life where I'm like, why do I do this? One, to myself, and then also to my wife.
Which is smart to do.
Because I don't know why. Like the Dodgers just had a really bad losing streak and things.
Yes, I heard.
And so but I let it affect like
your mood.
My mood, and I was like in a bad
your
mood.
Eating habits.
Yeah, yeah. And so I'm like, why do I do this to myself and my wife? And I was like, I'm trying to think of something that like upsets her in that same way. That's not like family, regular work, stress related.
Easy.
This is just something I add to my already stressful life.
You volunteer for it.
Do you have something else that's like that
can
for
I
you?
just say that I had that experience because the Chargers played the other night, and it was supposed to be a really good night. You kind of can gauge what kind of night you're going to have with your husband.
Yeah, okay.
And I thought we were going to have a good night, buddy. We were going to have a good night. And then they lost.
Yeah.
At the very end. Ooh, spoiler report. Well, it's been
No,
everybody
you're
knows
fine.
by now,
You're
right?
fine. You're fine.
Yeah.
The apps, they
Come on, you know, like
notifications.
before it happens,
Yeah.
basically. So yeah, so it like determined the mood, and I was just like, oh well.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like the Dodgers I remember this. I have a distinct memory of this in 2009. Okay, the Dodgers lost on a walk-off hit to the Philadelphia Phillies,
Lord.
and after it happened, I just turned off the TV and I didn't talk to anybody for like 3 hours. And I'm wondering, there's nothing that you do that would upset you that
devastates
much?
me like that?
Yeah, that's again not the regular stresses of human life, which is work and family and stuff like that.
No, I think that when you get really wrapped up in what I used to call in my day was a soap opera, which is now like The Bachelorette, I guess would be the equivalent,
Really?
right?
Has it transformed into that?
I think so.
They still got daytime soap operas, right?
About like one.
Really?
Yeah, like I think ABC's hanging on, like General Hospital's on its last heartbeat.
It's got is it in its 88th season? Or
Yeah,
something
I
like
think
that? It
so.
started with I think the first television show of all time was General Hospital.
I think it was.
Yeah,
used to be a radio show. Then they brought it to the talkie box. And then it was the one I always watched.
Okay.
There's like 3 in a row good ones.
Okay.
It was the best. And it ended with General Hospital. And I think, there are a couple of still on. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Because I love soap operas. I think they are so awesome.
I have a theory on soap operas, but we won't get into it. But do you have like a...
Well, I think...
Is that... Do you get stressed out with that?
Like... I remember getting stressed out about it, like waiting for the next episode and being really bummed.
Okay, good.
Or being like, why did she marry him? He's no good. He's a spy. He's gonna get her, and really stressing. And I think that's similar nowadays to like The Bachelorette or Bachelor in Paradise or these ridiculous shows where people are just like, why didn't Tristan pick so and so? Although Tristan picked the right guy. I know that they're still married.
Yeah,
he's a nice boy.
Amen to that.
Yeah, fireman.
I know literally nothing about
Yeah, see, right over, and that's like when you talk sports.
See? Okay, so there it is. We just found a common ground. Because
reality dating shows.
Reality dating
and
shows.
Sports.
And you know what? Now that I think about it, my wife, I cannot watch those reality shows.
I actually don't watch them either.
I can't. I cannot. My wife loves The Bachelor and the Bachelor's the BI. What is it? BIP? Is it the hashtag BIP? Bachelors in Paradise?
Whoa,
I think
you're
that's what the kids,
actually, I think, hiding
that's
something
what the
from
kids
us.
Are saying.
I feel
no,
like
but when she watches it,
much.
I'm like, how can you watch this? And she's probably thinking the same thing. Like, I'm watching somebody throw a round thing at somebody with a stick.
Because here's the thing.
Getting crazy about it.
They all look, and I was an athlete growing up, and so was my husband. We both played on teams throughout school together, and we support each other's teams. But when I watch these sports on TV now, I feel like I'm watching like the same thing over and over again. It's probably how my parents feel about rap music. Like, it all sounds the same. Like, it looks like the same guys and the same thing and the same angle and the same ball, and they just do it over and over and over again. And
that's the definition of insanity.
Isn't that terrible?
So
terrible. I'm so sorry, but sports are awesome. Sports are awesome.
I let it affect my life too much. I love it, and I blame my grandfather actually. So I blame for it.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
so sorry about that.
It's a generational thing. I was born with this.
So
this fandom.
What's up next? I love that piece. If you didn't hear the Carrie Riley rant that went viral on the Mom Show, we'll go ahead and I'll make sure I put a link on the Facebook page and hometownstation.com if we can get links up there where the blog's going to be up for podcast. But what's up next for fantasy football? Like, where are we at? What should we be expecting as wives? I mean, where are we at in the season? I really don't. All I know is Starbucks has PSLs. I'm wearing a hoodie. I'm good. It's fall. I'm there now.
Well, you got about 14 more weeks. 14 more weeks of fans football, I think.
I'm gonna get complaint mails from other women. They're like, "Why are you talking like this?" I'm sorry. It's just me. I'm not representing the whole female race, but me and some of my girlfriends, I think, do feel like this. And if you can relate, please text me, email me, let's chat about it. Come on the show. Call us. Let's talk. But
I think it actually gets more stressful with the new weekly. You could do new weekly fantasy football stuff like FanDuel.
Yeah, leagues. Yes,
and
those are.
What are they? FanDuel and DraftKings and stuff.
Yeah, a few more have popped up. I mean, they're really weird. They keep almost having to get shut down for legal reasons. They're kind of popping back up or stuff like that.
What?
So it's kind of weird. They're maybe rigged. Maybe bots are winning all the games. There's a lot of stuff going into it.
You gotta be kidding me.
But that being said, it still stresses out probably a lot of men because they can do what normally was done once. A football season is done now every single week of football season.
I do know that my husband's in like 3 leagues.
Yeah.
Like a family league, a work league, and then my friend Kristin's league. And one of them does have like a weekly thing. Like if my team wins this game, I'll win the league, but not for the whole season, just for the week. And I'm like, oh, geez.
That's complicated.
You mean there's going to be more weeks of this? Like, I thought it was over, but it's not.
Yeah, that sounds like a weekly fantasy
that's
football
one of
kind
them.
of a thing. Yeah.
And then he's got 2 other ones that I guess go through the whole season.
Through the whole season, yeah.
That's what happens when one team for one season's not enough, and you have to pick all new players every week. You have
How long is the football season?
17 weeks, regular season. Fantasy football season usually 14 weeks, right?
About 14, yeah.
14 weeks, and then they have like playoffs before the playoffs actually start. It's really complicated.
So when's the end date? Just give me the end date.
Week 17?
Yeah, so it'd be 17 weeks. So it'd be 16 weeks from now.
16 weeks from now.
4 months.
Ladies,
yeah.
Let's write this down and get the champagne ready. I mean, really, if you are a weekend widow when it comes to this, your husband's being gone in sports, call me anytime on the Mom Show, and I will talk to you and be your friend. It's 298-KHTS, just so that you have the number. You can call me anytime, I promise. Kyle Jellings, thank you so much for chiming in on
I would like to say
your
this.
Perspective.
One, I'm going to get probably phone calls from other dad friends saying, hey, what was it like being on the Mom Show? You were a dad on the Mom Show. How'd it go? And I survived, so I'd like to say that. And then,
unscathed.
And then I'd like to also say, please do not select me as the representative for all dads in the Santa Clarita Valley or the greater LA area, because I am not a good representative.
But good luck with your team.
Yes, thank you.
Your fantasy fake cute team fantasy team thing.
Don't say cute. You can't say cute.
I know, it's like when my husband is a firefighter, he goes to work and I will sometimes say outfit that he has on. He's like, it's a uniform, which I know that. It's just not in my first couple of word vocabulary for clothing. So I know it, and I'm so sorry. Thank goodness he loves me the way he does, man. I don't know how he puts up with
you let him play fantasy football. So
that's right.
I
do, and I support his sports habits and yours as well. Good luck, gentlemen, with your fantasy teams.
Thank you.
Are you dueling against each other? I root for you both.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
At one point, that will happen.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and we will not be friends that week.
Yeah,
we can still be friends.
Cody and Kyle, I want you guys to weigh in on more guy stuff on the Mom Show in the future. Will you come back and do that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Oh,
again, may not be the greatest guy representative, but I'm happy to do it.
I'm
happy to do it.
He is being modest, right?
I'm gonna go do some push-ups and eat some red meat.
It's the Mom Show. I'm
Got some yard
Kristin
work?
Cruz. On your hometown station, you're listening to KHTS.
The best live theater can be found right here in the Santa Clarita Valley. The Canyon Theater Guild has been entertaining audiences for decades with top-quality musicals and plays. Located in Old Town Newhall, the CTG also offers workshops for the young actor in your family. For more information, call the box office at 799-2702 or go to canyontheater.org.
Live life juiced up at Juice It Up Valencia. Come in and try our great tasting smoothies, protein shakes, acai, and wheatgrass for your healthy lifestyle on the go. Also, enjoy our 10 flavors of tantalizing zinc frozen yogurt and selection of healthy toppings. Juice It Up Valencia is located at the corner of Newhall Ranch Road and Copper Hill Drive in the Office Depot Plaza. Open Monday through Saturday from 7 a.m. until 9 p.m. and Sundays from 8 until 8. And remember to live life juiced up at Juice It Up Valencia.
Coming soon to the Canyon Santa Clarita, Gin Blossoms, Eddie Money, Chris Christopherson, Timothy B. Schmidt, Petula Clark, Tower of Power, Berlin, Todd Rundgren, Jefferson Starship, John Hyatt, The Spinners, Doc In, Lynch Mob, English Beat, Robbie Krieger of The Doors, Cinderella's Tom Kiefer, Led Zeppelin, Donovan Frankenreiter, Boogie Nights, and many more. Soulful Sunday brunch every Sunday, country nights on Wednesdays, and they're the perfect place to host your holiday parties and special events. The Canyon Santa Clarita, where music meets the soul. Tickets available through Ticketmaster.
Men, are you feeling tired, stressed, or just don't have the energy you used to? Did you know this could be related to decreased testosterone levels? Luckily, there's a safe, effective solution. Weeder Prime helps support healthy testosterone levels with clinically tested key ingredients. Just 2 capsules of Weeder Prime each day can help change your mood, energy, focus, body fat, and lean muscle. Feel the way you felt 10, 20, even 30 years ago. Rediscover your Prime with Weeder Prime. To find a retailer near you, visit WeederPrime.com. That's WEIDER Prime.com.
Your hometown station, KHTS.
Welcome back to the Mom Show. I'm Kristin Cruz, broadcasting live on KHTS, your hometown station. You can go to hometownstation.com and listen to any of the shows streaming from anywhere. That's so cool. I love that. And I also love that we're on your terrestrial radio at 12:20 a.m. Then also we have Facebook Live going on. So we're pretty much everywhere. And I'd really, really love you to tune in on Facebook because it's fun. Even if you have the volume off, we can still chat. I mean, it's true if you're at work and you need to turn it down or something. I don't know. You can't the kids can listen, but if you just want your own business going on, text us, talk to us in the chat box, in the comments, and we can talk back to you. And I'd love to hear you weigh in. I swear I'm not an idiot about sports. I swear to you I'm not. I actually do know a little bit about sports, but it's a show. So we're going to have a little bit of fun. So, I wanted to let you know that General Hospital is not the only soap opera on the air. Just so if you were going to call me and tell me, I know that there are more. What's still on? It's Young and the Restless? No, it's Young and the Restless.
Bold and the Beautiful.
Bold and the Beautiful. And All My Children?
I believe it was that one.
Because All My Children's one of my favorites. And then there was One Life to Live. Channel 7 was I remember it's One Life to Live, All My Children, General Hospital, right? So we had that. I remember when I wouldn't go to school, I'd have like a sick day at home. I got to watch all 3 in a row. It was heaven. It was so great. And I'd eat my mom's food. It was so good. I felt so grown up, and it was just the best entertainment. Sick days at home. But what do you have it up there, Cody? He pulled them up.
Yes, yeah. The 4 would be Bold and the Beautiful, Days of Our Lives, General Hospital, and The Young and the Restless. So the last 4 left, I guess.
There you go. General Hospital. That's my weakness. Dr. Noah Drake. Hello. When I was on KOST and I was doing the morning show, we interviewed absolutely everybody. And, from Meryl Streep to The Rock to whatever. And, people come in and it's a job and it's what you do. But when I would have like a soap opera star on, I would just be like, oh, it's just so ridiculous. I mean, Jesse's Girl. And I don't know. That's when I would be like, wow. And it must be because I watched when I was a kid. And so it was such a big deal. It's like Kelly Ripa, watched her when she was a kid on All My Children, right? So it's ridiculous. I know it's silly. Now, listen, we are in full-on pumpkin spice everything latte, T-shirts, smelling candles, soaps, the whole 9. And it's time for fall entertainment, which I absolutely love. Now, something you should know about me, which you probably, if you knew me from local radio in LA at KOST and all the Christmas music that we played and the Hollywood Parade and things like that I was in, you know that I absolutely go bonkers for Christmas. And Hallmark Channel aired the Hollywood Parade, which when I was in it was like a dream come true for me because I live for Hallmark Channel. And during the holiday season, if you aren't aware, or maybe you are in the same tribe as me, so we can be best friends, they played wall-to-wall holiday movies. And it is like my dream come true. I just get a hot cup of tea and bundle up and watch my holiday movies. Doesn't matter what temperature it is outside. I'll turn up the AC just for a little while and put on a sweater and watch Hallmark. So I am the biggest absolute freak for this holiday season. I just absolutely love it. So as far as entertainment goes for the season, it starts now. It starts now in my house because we always start Christmas music early. Man, I fielded a lot of hate calls on that one when I was on the radio, but sorry, but I love it. And we start our entertainment early. So we've got all the Peanuts movies. We've got all those ready to go. So The Great Pumpkin is ready to roll. And even the Thanksgiving with Snoopy, that's ready to play at my house too. But another one of my favorites is Hocus Pocus. Are you on the Hocus Pocus train? Because ladies, this is the best. It's like Witches of Eastwick, but with like way more fun costumes and frivolity and silliness. And it is so much fun to watch. I highly recommend. And our friends over at DisneyBabble.com, who are always sending me the greatest parenting tips and hot topics that moms are talking about, wanted to make sure that I knew that Hocus Pocus has these new products that you can buy out right now that are so fantastic that will just make you feel all fall and fun immediately. And you can put them all over your house. Some of them are wearable, like these cute bows and amulets and T-shirts and throws and pillows for the house. I mean, it's great. I think Hocus Pocus has finally just jumped the shark. So everybody's into it now, and I could not be happier. So I'm going to put a link on there for you so that you can get your Sarah Sanderson decals and your Twisted Bones Bink Spell T-shirt. And you know what I'm talking about. Mary Sanderson throw pillow is the coolest. I love Bette Midler. So anyways, I will make sure to put the link on there for you so you can shop for all of these things. And by the way, pumpkin everything is not a bad thing. I know it got a little crazy last week on the show. We were talking about pumpkin spice cough drops. That was another gem we got from Babble. And I thought that is so awesome. I think I would buy those. That sounds really yummy. I am a freak about pumpkin spice everything. So Heather Newman is a writer for Disney Family and Babble. These sites I highly recommend for moms. They are just chock full of information. And Heather Newman is a mom and writer who actually made one of my favorite new lists, PS Everything. All of the pumpkin spice things that you could ever dream of, she went ahead and listed them. And it is like a living, breathing autumn Pinterest page galore. Now I have a link. I was gonna put it up for you, but of course, at the very last minute, my brain started jumping onto every other thing that I could read for you from Babbel because there's so much going on. But I'll find it for you. I'll pin it up there so that you can see it on hometownstation.com where the Mom Show podcast is. And I would love to know what you think about all these pumpkin spice things because it's time. I mean, we're talking candles, room spray, sachets. There's got to be a perfume that I don't know about. Hair shampoos and conditioners. I put pumpkin spice oils in our shampoos and conditioners to make them smell good. I order the plain ones from Amazon, and then I add my own essential oils depending on the season. Yeah. And let me tell you one more thing. I blame and love my mother for this because she kind of did to me. She was a school teacher for many, many years. And you know how our wonderful school teachers celebrate the holidays the best of anybody I've ever known. Anytime you walk into their classroom and it's a new season, it is decorated to the hilt. And that was my mom, but at my house. Okay, so like right now, if you went over to my mom's house, she's really got fake fall leaves everywhere and silk plants that are all orange and autumnal colors. And so I get really into it. So it was my mother, bless her heart, who taught school for 35 years and is now retired and enjoying the seasons right there in her condo. So, and I absolutely love it. So all of these links to celebrate the season will be online and on my Facebook page. Please follow me at Kristin Cruz on Twitter, at Kristin Cruz on Instagram. The Mom Show is always popping up in KHTS Radio on Instagram, has all the links. Before we go, I just want to thank our guests again, Kyle and Cody, for chiming in on fantasy football. You guys were awesome. Carrie Riley, the host of The Daily Glow and a writer at NotSoSkinnyMom.com, which is a hilarious, hilarious mom blog you guys got to check out, weighed in on her with her viral video on her husband's fantasy football addiction, which was so funny to share. We had Adrianna Costa. She calls herself a TV chick because she's just done so many different TV shows at this point. You're just going to catch her everywhere. But now she's on Fridays on the Steve Harvey Show at 2 o'clock. She's a mom of 2, and she's fabulous. I love her. She came on the show to talk about UNICON, which is unicornmoms.com, actually doing a convention here in LA on the 23rd. If you want to check that out, I know that we've got some unicorn moms here in the Valley. You need to be a part of that. And then real quick shout out to Selena Gomez because, and I'm sure you know her from your kids listening to the music, and I've gotten to interview her on the radio before. She had a kidney transplant. She has lupus, and sometimes that can affect your organs. And so her best friend donated her kidney to her. I don't even know if I'm a good enough friend to do that to anybody outside of my own family. But, I mean, that's pretty amazing. And went through surgery. So a little shout out to Selena Gomez for a quick recovery and hope all is well with her. And you have a great week. We will be back next Thursday at 12 to 1. That's where we go live here at KHTS with the Mom Show. We're on Facebook Live, so we can always chat about it. And I promise I'll bring my charger next time so my computer won't die. And we're on social media all week long. Until then, I'd love to hear your thoughts, any hot topics you want to discuss, or anything, suggestions you have. I'm open to that. And until then, I hope you have lots of PSLs in your life and a really wonderful week. See you next week on the Mom Show on your hometown station, KHTS.